Did you know that one of the best ways to prevent getting scammed online is to be able to know how to read domains from authentic sources? Now, this is something that, maybe many of us who use the web are already comfortable with, but I figured I'd put together a video because it really is important to know how to read domains. When you get an email in your email inbox, knowing whether or not that's from a legitimate source really has to do whether the actual root of the domain comes from the actual company itself. So that could be paypal.com, it could be delta.com, airasia.com. I recently got a promo from AirAsia because I had bought a bunch of different airline tickets and they wanted to send me some voucher, like a bonus voucher, and I wanted to make sure that it was from the actual company. That's what spurred me to make this video. And I was opening up the URL at the top looking for who sent me the actual email, and it was a long string of different, this and then dot and then this and then dot, but at the very end of that long string was airasia.com, and that's how I could tell it was actually from the legitimate actual airline and not from some type of spammer or malware that was trying to take over and hack my account. So this is how you read it. You have to look at what's called a subdomains. Now, subdomains, anyone can put a subdomain in front of an actual domain, and that shows whether or not it's the actual real domain or not. So in this case, they had a couple different subdomains before the AirAsia, but I had to look at airasia.com. So you have to find what the actual domain is, like the company's domain, and see if it exists at the very end of the chain of the domain. If it is the actual correlation, it's americanexpress.com or it's paypal.com or it's squareup.com, any of the legitimate actual domain is in there at the very end of the chain. It could be a long thing, then it's legitimate. A lot of times malware and scammers, hackers will put a long string with the name. So it might be like paypal.yourpaypal.com, for example. That's not legitimate because the end domain, yourpaypal.com, is not paypal.com. This is how they get you. This is how they confuse you, because the last name in the string has to be the actual business domain. It can't be something different. Now, what comes before it, if it's actual paypal.com, they could put, this is your free pass.paypal.com. They could put whatever they want in that subdomain in the beginning part of the chain, but the end of the chain has to match. It has to be paypal.com, americanexpress.com, et cetera, et cetera. If it doesn't match, if it's something different than what the actual business domain is, do not click on anything in that email. It very well could be, taking all of your login details or giving you malware, et cetera, et cetera. You don't want to click on it. So that's basically how you verify whether something is legitimate on the web, is you need to find the root inside there, the actual root domain that matches with the business's website. Anything that comes before that string, before the last, basically like the caboose, you could call it the caboose because it's the very last domain. That's always the main domain. Anything that comes before that string is called a subdomain, and those could be anything. Legitimate businesses use all kinds of different variations here, but just the last part of that domain has to be legitimate. So hopefully this is a helpful video and not too confusing. I tried to explain as best I could without visuals. If you have more questions, comment down below. I'd love to help you out. My name is Joe Field with SkyPoint Studios. Thank you so much, as always, for watching my videos, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.